Class 9 student of Beren Baptist Academy, you are welcome to the 4th Maths 2 online class. In today's class, we are going to work out two textual questions from exercise 12.3. And before we start our question, let's revise this three formulae. Volume of cylinder, formula is pi r square h. Curved surface area, I write in short form, curved surface area CSA of cylinder is twice pi r8, and volume of cuboid is LBH, which means length into breadth into height. So we will move to the first question of today, which is textual question number 10 of exercise 12.3. Here the question is, the volume of a right circular cylinder of height 24 cm is 924 cm cube. Find the area of the curved surface of the cylinder. We are asked to find curved surface area of cylinder. Curved surface area of cylinder formula is twice pi r8. So here we need radius and height value. Radius and height are needed to find curved surface area of cylinder. But in the question, we are given only height, which is 24 cm, and instead of radius, we are given volume. So first, before we find curved surface area, we have to find radius first. So let's see, for the cylinder, height which is used by h is 24 cm. Volume is given to be 924 cm cube. Then we know pi r square h is nothing but this is volume of cylinder. So from this equation we are going to find r value. So substituting the value of this in this formula, in the value of h and pi in this formula. Pi value is 22 by 7. Radius square, we do not have radius, we are to find this radius, so we continue writing r square. H stands for height of cylinder, which is given to be 24 cm, and volume of cylinder is given to be 924. So here we get an equation, and in this equation now r is the variable, r is the letter that we want to find its value. So we put r square left hand side, and the remaining question of left hand side are transferred to right hand side. Then you can see r square is written left, and right hand side you can see 924, so we write 924. And here in left hand side 7 is dividing because it is in denominator, so this 7 transferring from left, who is dividing in left side, to right hand side, it becomes into, so we write this 7 numerator. And here 22 and 24, they are multiplying with r square, so r square is written left hand side, and we transfer 22 and 24 to right hand side, so into becomes now divide. 22 and 24 are written in denominator. Then now we cancel this number. 22 into 1 is 22, and 22 into 42 is 924. It is worked out in rough column. You can see if you divide 924 by 22, we get 42 as quotient. So dividing both 924 and 22 by 22, we get here denominator 1 and numerator 922 becomes now 42. Again, then we continue dividing this 42 and 24 by 6. You know 6 4 is 24, and 6 into 7 is 42. Then finally we have r square is equal to numerator 1 7, and here another 7 into 7, and denominator we have 4, so 7 into 7 divided by 4. Now we are to find r, which is radius, not the square of radius, not r square. So now before removing this square from r, we can see 7 into 7, we can see 7 square, and also you know 4 is nothing but it is 2 square, so we write 4 as 2 square, then 7 by 2 whole square. Then finally now we cancel power from r and power from right hand side, 7 by 2. Then finally r value is 7 by 2 centimeter. Now we get radius, then we can go to curved surface area of this cylinder. Therefore, curved surface area of the cylinder is, formula is twice pi r/h. Now we put the value of pi r and h here in this formula. 2 is 2, no change. Pi value is 22 by 7. R value is 7 divided by 2, and h value is 24, and this is centimeter square because we are finding area. Then next we cancel this 7 and 7. One 7 is numerator, another 7 is in denominator, so we cancel them. Like that, here we have 2 numerator and these 2 denominator, we again cancel them. Then finally we are left with only 22 and 24, which are numerator. Then we multiply 22 and 24. Here it is multiplied in rough column. Finally we get 528. So this 528 centimeter square is the curved surface area of the cylinder. This is how we work out textual question number 10. Then for today we will work out another question too. That is textual question number 11. Textual question number 11. Let's see the question. Find the depth of a well of radius 3.5 meter if its capacity is equal to that of a rectangular tank of dimension 25 meter into 11 meter into 7 meter. Now this question is to find depth of the well. Well is nothing but it is cylinder, but the only difference is this well is dug inside the ground, so we call depth. Actually, if that well is above the ground level, we will call that depth to be height of the cylinder. Now let's see radius of the well, which is nothing but cylinder. R is given to be 3.5 meter. Dimensions of rectangular tank. Dimension of rectangular tank. Rectangular tank is nothing but it is cuboid. So this dimension is given to be 25 meter into 11 meter into 7 meter. What is this meaning? Dimension of cuboid is nothing but, here you can see 3 numbers, and here 3 numbers stand for length, breadth and height. I repeat, dimension of cuboid, we see 3 numbers. These 3 numbers are length, breadth and height of the cuboid. Then since we are to find depth of the well, let the depth of the well be 8 meter. Let's take that depth to be 8. Unit is meter. Then we have, again let's go back to the question. Here you can see capacity. If its capacity, that means if the capacity of the well is equal to that of the rectangular tank, that means capacity of the well is equal to the capacity of rectangular tank. That meaning is, now let's see, we will write an equation. We have, this condition is given in the question, so we write, we have capacity. Capacity means nothing but volume. So volume of the well is equal to volume of the tank. Tank means a rectangular tank, which is cuboid. Then capacity or volume of well, which is cylinder. So volume of cylinder formula is pi r square 8 is equal to, again, volume of tank. Tank is nothing but it is cuboid. So volume of cuboid formula is length into breadth into height. I told you dimension, in the dimension the numbers you find are length, breadth, height. So length into breadth into height. We multiply this length, breadth, height, then we get volume of cuboid. Then in this equation, now we put the value of pi, we put the value of r, and here h is not known because we are to find h, which is depth of the well. So now after putting the value of pi and r here, r value is 3.5, it is square, r square, so we put 3.5 2 times. Then in the next step we write h for which we are to find its value in left hand side, and the remaining numbers which are with this h in left side are transferred to right hand side. Then right hand side we have 25, 11 and 7, so we write 25, 11 and 7, and you can see left hand side one of the number that is 7 is dividing. Now this number if we transfer to right hand side, become plus, multiply. So I write here one more 7 here in numerator, and the remaining numbers 22, 3.5, 3.5 are multiplying with 8. So all these three numbers are written in denominator, which is dividing. Then in the next step, you can see now in denominator you see two decimal numbers, and if we count the number of digits after point, here in 3.5 we have one digit after point, in another 3.5 we have one more digit after points. So together we have two digits after decimal point. Now we don't want decimal number to be in denominator, so now we will write 3.5 as 35 without point, and this 3.5 was a 35 without point. Then you can see, since there are two digits after point in denominator, we multiply the numerator by two zeros number, that is 100. Then now 3.5 becomes 35, here 3.5 also becomes 35. In doing so, in removing these two digits after point, we multiply the numerator by two zeros number, that is 100. Then you can see here 717, 7 into 5 is 35. Again here is 717, 7 into 5 is 35. Then this 5 and 5, 5 into 5 is 25, 25 here, and then we see numerator 125, we cancel them. Then next, let's cancel this 11, 1 11, and 22 is 11, 2 is 22. Then the last one we still can be cancelled again. You can see numerator we have only 100, denominator we have 2. So again, if you cancel by 2, 212, and 250 is 100, or you can directly divide 100 by 2, which is 50. So this 50 meter is the value of 8. Here in the beginning we have taken this, let the depth of the well be 8 meter. 8 is nothing but depth of the well. Now we get 8's value. So thus depth of the well is 50 meter. So that is how we work out this textual quotient. Here in border quotient we use formula, but then we cannot use formula directly. We get equation, solving equation, we get what are asked in the quotient. Okay, that's all for today. We will continue the same chapter, the same exercise in the next class.